no matter how much doubts you might be having about yourself, and how tough things look, there's always a way, and like it might be a really narrow path, and it might be like hard to find. You might have to search for it, but there is a way to get through adversity. I had the opportunity to connect that with my dad and his fight with multiple sclerosis. My dad was diagnosed with MS in 2010, and it's played a huge role in obviously his life, but also my entire family's. We got to talk about it when we got to talk about it, but it's not in a positive light. This is a positive thing. This is something that like me and my family are excited for, and it has to do with multiple sclerosis, which, it's usually the other way around, right? It's usually anything to do with multiple sclerosis it's a negative part of our lives, or that's how we look at it. We're getting there, right?
Yeah,
my Achilles tendon, both of them actually, they kind of have hindered me from running at the pace that I was like hoping to run. They forced me to figure out how to work through this injury and like how to manage myself going forward and still be able to finish this thing strong. All right, we got warmed up and then see you guys at the first stop. Yep. We show up to the pass about 10 miles in, and I'm really struggling with my calf. Even walking was like starting to hurt, and then we get to the pass where, this is Loveland Pass. This is going to take us to the highest point of this entire relay, right? 12,000 feet of elevation. And so we show up to the pass. Pass is closed, and we don't know how long we're going to be there.
I think it's temporary, but we don't know. We need to go up there.
So we're on the side of the highway, and I'm just rolling out. I'm eating, doing whatever I can in the meantime. And then from that, I notice, things are feeling good. I can walk and feel a lot of relief. I can even run a little bit now.
That doesn't hurt.
All of a sudden, gusts of wind start hitting us, just, straight on, and it's freezing, and snow just starts piling, right? And like we're all getting hit in the face with like pellets of snow because this wind and the snow is just like insane. And then they open up the pass, and so we go for it. I start, running a little bit, walking a little bit, running a little bit. It's getting super steep and very like low visibility, and it was the toughest part of the relay for me. At one point, you guys show up and you're like, hey, we might have to call it here. Visibility's bad. The weather is just, it's getting out of hand. We might just have to call it. And I'm just like, I'm in the zone at this point, and I'm like, how much further to the top, right? And you guys are like 2.5, 3 miles. And I'm like, we gotta finish. We gotta finish at the top. I'm good. I'm safe. Like, I got my vest on. Like, we're good. We gotta finish, right? Because this is a huge day for me. We finish at the top, and take a picture, by the sign, 12,000 feet, and that was just like a huge day and a huge win for me, because that was the toughest day elevation-wise and just mentally for me to get through as well. That's my dad's life in a nutshell. It's not about what he can't do that day. It's about what he can do, and it's about getting through the day, just like it is for me getting through one of these days onto the next. Sometimes it's just getting to the next crew stop, right? 5 miles. What can I do today? How can I get through it today? Just today. Worry about tomorrow. Seeing you guys at the crew stop, just seeing my wife, my biggest supporter. I don't know how many miles she ran with me this week, but she's been a huge part of this and my biggest supporter, not only in this, but in my entire life. David Lee, so he's my buddy, flew in from California to be a part of this. We've known each other since high school. He's just always someone I can count on to push me physically. So it was only right to get him down here. And my buddy Andrew, one of my best friends, he came in here knowing that his job is to help get me through it. I'm gonna help him get through his race in the Leadville 100. And just like we're gonna help each other get through the real things in life, you know, like for the rest of our lives. I'm realizing through this relay that like the community I have behind me, the wife that I have supporting me, there's a lot more people behind me than I could have imagined. Really, those people they're behind my family. They're behind my dad. This is huge because it draws so much attention, because it's crazy. There's a lot of questions with multiple sclerosis. There's no cure, and there's a lot of people that suffer from it. People need support. People like my dad, we need research, you know, hopefully being a step in the direction of one day finding a cure. At the end of the day, even if that doesn't happen sometime soon, there's still people out there that are being supported through this organization that really need it. So I'm Levi Perez, segment 8 of MS Run the US. I ran from Steamboat to Denver, 171 miles in 7 days for MS.